Hey kids, welcome back to another episode of Oldman Plays CFL Fantasy. I am, as always, your 100% impartial, completely unbiased, and lately largely clueless host and presenter, Oldman Shouting at Clouds. Here to make your fantasy picks better. Unfortunately, again this week, it's probably by avoiding my picks. I've had a terrible 6-week run, 7-week run, half of the season, basically. I can't get a quarterback that gets above single-digit points. So I don't know if you want to listen to me or not. But every week is a brand new week. And we've always got hope that it's going to get back to where it should be, up over 100 points for the score and start moving up the leagues a little bit again. We'll see what happens this week. It's not a great one because there's a lot of confusion with things. So we'll see. I may end up even having to do a subsequent video tomorrow once I see the depth charts, because the only one out so far is Montreal. I've looked at all the injury reports and there's some stuff there that's questionable on what we're going to do. So coming out of here, I'm thinking BC, maybe Hatcher. I mean, I could go with Nathan at quarterback, but that Montreal defense is good, and I don't know that I'm ready to pick him against them. Maybe Stanback at the running back. He's maybe, they say you go against your former team, he might be pumped up, and so we'll see. Cody, I think maybe in Montreal. Rambo maybe, and maybe even Fletcher. He doesn't do a lot of carries, but he's a good receiving back and gets a lot of points that way. Toronto, I thought maybe Davaris Daniels, but he's listed as questionable, so I'm going to stay away from him. I don't really want to go back to Coxie. He didn't do so much last week, so maybe Carey at the running back is basically about it. Ottawa, again, I don't even know who the running back is going to be. I'm tempted to pick Brown at the quarterback, but he burnt me last week, so I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky there. Depending on who the running back is, if they get Morrow in there, maybe I go with him. But again, that would be a change tomorrow. So right now, I'm really, the only one I'm looking at there is maybe Hardy. Saskatchewan, I'm staying away from because I don't even know if they're going to have an O-line. They had Godbar and Fry go down last games. As far as I can see, they've only got 2 nationals on the practice roster to replace them with, and so that could be ugly. Winnipeg, again, Zach's supposed to be in there, but I don't know who he's going to throw to. It's hard to tell. Maybe Wilson. Calgary did nothing with the run last week, and I can't see that changing. So maybe Bagleton. At least he gets some points, and he may get a touchdown. Edmonton, again, whoever the quarterback is there, I'm going to think about, because they looked really good against Calgary and they're back against them. And I know it's hard to win 2 in a row, but I can't see Calgary adjusting enough to really make that big of a difference. So Edmonton, the quarterback, probably Leak. I mean, he got shut down last week, but if Calgary keeps stacking up against a run like that, they'll stop him again, but they'll give up that huge passing yardage they did. So they're going to have to do something a little different. So maybe Leak, and then maybe also Gittins or Lewis. We'll see. The defense, again, what can I afford? That's how I'm looking at it going in. That's the game plan starting out. And as they say, everyone has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. So let's go over to the computer and see if the budget hits me in the mouth or not.
I had said maybe Fajardo from Montreal. He's 13.2. That's not bad. Projected at 19.1 points. That's high. But again, that BC defense found new life last week, and I'm not sure. Mind you, they're also still missing their middle linebacker and whatnot. It's a tough decision, but I do like Bethel Thompson maybe better, or Ford if he starts for Edmonton. Let's see, he's going to have to be further down this list. Let's make sure we can afford him if we need to. He's 8.5, and Bethel Thompson was 10, so yeah, so it's $1,500 less. I can put him in if I need to. I just feel better about that. It's hard to beat a team 2 weeks in a row and do well, but they played so good, and I don't like what Calgary's doing right now. So if I'm doing that, I'm going to team him up with a wide receiver, and I think I'm going to go with Eugene Lewis. So let's go straight to the elk here. Where's Lewis? Oh, he's the third. Oh, Jones, man, he's projected high, probably because of his game last week. So let's go with Lewis there. And then if we open that up to everybody again, they're tempted me with Jones there, but he's high. But no, Tim White is off, of course, so don't need to look at him. I was saying maybe Rambo and maybe Hardy. So Rambo's been solid with Montreal. It looks good, but Hardy, while they're down to him and Rhymes as their only experienced receivers, which could mean lots of targets, but also double coverage. But he's up against that Toronto secondary that looked bad last week. So yeah, we're doing that. We're going with Hardy as well at the wide receiver spot, which means now running backs. Where are we at here? Bell's at the top, but he's on bye. I talked about maybe Fletcher, maybe Leak, maybe Standback. They're all right in a row, pretty close to each other, and there's Carey. Now, Carey, I don't know. Again, they have some O-line problems in Toronto right now. A couple of injuries, and that Ottawa defense is tough on the run. Standback is coming back into Montreal. He'll want to play hard, and if there is a weakness on the Montreal defense, it's the run. Let's go with him and Leak. He didn't do well against Calgary last week, but if Calgary keeps keying on him, Edmonton's going to scorch them through the air. So I'm assuming they change it up a bit, and I'm going to take him, which means I now need my flex player, and they've convinced me having him up there at the top of the list. Tavon Jones out of Edmonton. He's had a few good games. He's had a couple not so great, but he won't have the same luck he had last week, but who knows? He might. Yeah, we're taking it. Leaves me 10.6 for my defense. Who am I going with there? They rate Toronto the highest, but I don't like that secondary the way it's playing. Then they got Winnipeg. Big Hill's out. I don't know. Hamilton is on bye. Montreal, yeah, but it's against Nathan. The Riders, they cost me 2 points. They were minus 2 points, I think it was, or 1 point last week. And now we're down to Edmonton. So we're doing that. We're going with Edmonton. We're going to make McLeod Bethel Thompson our captain. We're going to lock that in. So anyone who's listening on the podcast instead of seeing on the screen here, I'll go through it. I got Edmonton Elk defense, McLeod Bethel Thompson at quarterback, William Standback and Javon Leak at running backs, Eugene Lewis and Justin Hardy at the wide receivers, and Tavon Jones as my flex. There it is.
Righty, so those are my choices for this week. As always, if you want to use them, do so at your peril. It's been, like I said, a slog, and I'm not doing so well, but I'm hopeful for this week. This is going to turn it around. We're going to be great. If you've enjoyed this, if it's any help to you at all, please subscribe. Should be a subscribe button coming up on the screen right now for you to hit. Share it with friends who might enjoy it. Leave me the comments. All those things the mighty algorithm likes to help us grow this channel together. Other than that, good luck with your fantasy. I hope you have a great week. Hope you have better than what I've been having lately. We'll go over this again all next week. So until next week, get the hell off my lawn.